gonna need the best trackers in the business. Luke Hobbs.
I'm what you call an ice-cold can of whoop-ass.
Career lawman. Always gets his guy. We're gonna need to operate outside the system. Deckard Shaw.
I'm what you might call a champagne problem.
Rogue former MI6 agent. Doesn't play well with others. If we stand a chance against Brixton, you guys have to work together.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Film Seizure at the Movies. I'm Geoff Arbuckle.
I'm Jason Oliver.
You can catch regular episodes of Film Seizure with Geoff Arbuckle
And Jason Oliver.
on Wednesdays at filmseizure.com. You can also catch all of our stuff that we do on the iTunes, the Google Play, the TuneIn, the Spotify, and we upload our stuff to YouTube as well. But we're at the movies tonight.
Yeah.
So we just got back watching Fast and the Furious
Presents.
but not Vin Diesel presents
No.
Hobbs and Shaw. 2 hours of, wait, what are they talking about? Wait, what's going on?
What's the point of this movie? Why did they gotta get the thing for the thing?
Right. What's the point in doing that if it just broke
How did that thing just explode?
Yeah. So I get a question for you, Jason.
Yes.
What do you think the moral of this story is?
Oh my gosh. This movie was packed with lessons to be learned.
Life lessons.
Life lessons. The Rock really wanted us to know some important things when we left the movie theater. If you could just take a few of these little nuggets into your life, then you're going to be better for it. The first was the power of teamwork.
Teamwork is important.
You got
there is no
to work
I.
together.
There's no Rock in teamwork. Wait. Yeah.
Team
they're
Rock?
Yeah, never mind. There's no Jason Statham in Team.
That's true.
There's no mushmouth British talk in Team.
But yeah, they really hammer that one home. If you didn't figure it out, they don't like each other. They don't want to work together, and it's not until they figure out how to work as a team are they able to vanquish their enemies.
Well, they had to work as a team because they both want to have sex with his sister.
Oh God, yeah, that's gross. I mean, it's Vanessa Kirby.
But sure, it's fine, but it's not good. It's not. Don't do that.
I mean,
kids.
there were enough Game of Thrones references to where I would expect incest at some point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else you got as far as moral? We've got stuff to talk about.
And
here.
then that people are more important than machines.
But it's a good thing to have a mechanic in your family because sometimes it is really important that you have a fucking machine.
Yeah, because you need the machines to defeat the machines, but the people have to be the people to fix the machines, to beat the machines. So the people are more important than machines.
Yep.
And,
by the way,
and people have hearts.
Oh, hearts.
Heart is everything. Heart is everything.
Thing.
You can do all things if you have a heart.
Yes.
And if you believe.
There's nothing
With people.
Yeah. In people.
Yeah.
And
work together with other people.
And don't only see the bad
right.
in people and things.
Right. And reconcile with your family.
Yes, both of them had to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, I'm just going to throw
Life
this out
is
there.
short, people.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this out here like it really fucking matters with this movie, but spoilers ahead probably. So all right, so
We're already into spoilers, huh?
Well, we should
because Idris Elba's a bad guy.
He's Black Superman.
Yeah, self-declared Black Superman, and
also,
The Rock is his kryptonite.
And also
movie spoiled.
Also, though. He not only self-identifies as Black Superman, but he also self-identifies as bad guy.
Yeah.
But he's doing things to save the people. This movie's confusing.
It's got some like eugenics and some fucking like we gotta kill all the weak so that the strong can be improved and the future of evolution and techno this and the benefit of mankind that and It's like a really lazy Bond script, like a really lazy one.
Well, a lot of Bond scripts are kind of lazy.
Yeah.
But that's not what makes them great.
True.
It's the little things that get put into stock script.
My point is
this movie has no little things.
My point is there's nothing to spoil here. There's nothing. I mean, even the only, you know how you can spoil this movie? You can spoil this movie by telling the audience that don't stick around to see who the mysterious enemy
Villain
voice,
voice?
puppet master voice is, who's pulling the strings, because you ain't gonna find out.
Yeah.
They just leave that one dangling.
Yeah, come back in 2 or 3 years, idiots.
Yeah.
Give us more money.
We'll see how much this has legs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you've seen the trailers.
Yeah. And you've seen the movie.
Rock and the Rock,
there's nothing to spoil here.
Right. So let's we're gonna. I'm gonna first off say I cannot trash this movie.
I thought that it would be beyond reproach. I did.
But
we're venturing into like fucking dumb fuck Rampage territory where it's not even fun, and that's a problem.
Okay. Real quick, we have a little bit of a history with the Fast and Furious franchise. I don't know why we did this, but somewhere around Fast and Furious 5, Fast 5,
Yeah.
we were like, fuck it, let's watch all 5 in one day.
It was, I think, we watched the first 5 and then went to go see 6 in the theater.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Because I was like, once we got to like 4, it's like things are turning
Things
upwards.
are getting better.
Yeah.
And we actually weirdly liked Tokyo Drift better. Drift. Than we had remembered. Yeah.
Right.
But 2 is still just, it's a hard one to watch.
It is. This is a different type of exploitation.
Yeah, we kind of like these movies. I mean, full disclosure, the Fast and Furious movies, for the most part, are legitimately beyond reproach. They are perfect at what they're setting out to do.
Right. And we've seen some good stuff in those.
Yeah.
5 and 6 are fun.
Amazing set pieces, amazing stunts,
Yeah.
Incredible action.
7's got a real hard emotional punch.
Yeah.
I mean,
some really great twists and turns along the way.
Yep.
Like some of it kind of like doesn't fucking make sense in the context of the story later, but who cares? It's like a soap opera.
Yeah, because man, how many times do you have to hear Vin Diesel say family?
Yeah. While drinking a Corona.
Yeah. My familia. He says that shit constantly.
Yeah.
And it's like, so yeah, it is. This is like a telenovela on the big screen with cars.
Yeah, big, fast cars, explosions.
And superheroes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, because basically by the time you got to movie 5 or 6, they were not humans anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean, Vin Diesel went from being like a low rent kind of like neighborhood gangster thug to an international man of mystery. Yeah, within the course of 4 or 5
The
movies.
mystery is with him, though, what's going on behind those eyes? Doesn't look like much. Anyway.
But he becomes this,
He's like a saint.
Right.
He gets to the point where he's wearing white tank tops with white denim.
With like
he's an angel
with CIA clearance, like working for the Pentagon and shit.
Yeah, like
but
they make no bones in these movies about the fact that they will still do whatever the fuck they want. Because
and they'll still save the day.
But because at the end of the day, you're not going to stop them because they're the only ones who can stop Thing over here.
And they get more and more destructible.
Oh,
I mean,
they kill people like it's nothing.
To that degree, also, you've got The Rock in this, and Hobbs and Shaw. He fucking survives a fall from the top of a skyscraper. He survives a fall. From
Vanessa Kirby survived the fall.
Yeah.
From halfway down the. And she's itty bitty little
That's
thing.
where we're at with these movies. Though.
Yeah. I mean, this takes some elements from Japanese and Chinese action movies, and then just filters it in with good old fashioned pumping iron and putting your fucking foot on the gas muscle car shit, and they try to add that international mystique of like the Bond movies with the last several movies,
Yeah.
and now with like Jason Statham, who is constantly saying in this movie that he is this fine-tuned, secretive dude, and he is crushing people's faces into glass.
Yeah,
constantly.
They've really turned his character into this sort of like proper, like,
well, like his shit doesn't stink when he's got to go into an action situation.
But also that he's got this refined quality about him.
He is not.
And it's not like, what?
Where'd that come from?
Where'd that come from? And it's fucking Jason Statham. Right. He's not going to make an omelet and sprinkle parsley on it in the morning. He's still fucking Jason Statham.
Right. He's going to take the live fucking chicken, shove his fist up his butt to get an egg, and then bite its fucking head off, and then just crush that egg into his sleeping girlfriend's face.
But immediately the movie.
That's what he is.
The movie's trying to set up this juxtaposition between him and The Rock, and try to create as many opposites as they can. Get it? Because they're opposites. They're totally different people, even though they're both really going to crush some fucking skulls, right? But yet they don't get along. We got to play that up for as long as possible and make it like, this buddy cop movie
that nobody asked for. And honestly, their chemistry isn't that good together. No, so
they don't play off each other well.
Yeah,
it feels very scripted, and neither one of them are very good actors, so it's stilted. Yep.
Here's the thing about these two guys. Okay, first of all, I'm going to say this movie is not without its fun.
Sure.
This movie is not without its mind-numbingly, like you are sucking off the fucking nitrous oxide from the car and just sitting there giggling with your hands in your face.
I mean,
with your face in your hands.
Yeah.
And
I watched some of this movie through my fingers just because I was astonished by what I was seeing.
You were also very scared.
Yeah,
this is a very scary
it's
movie.
Super scary. A lot of Grim Reapers in it.
No, inside joke.
Yes, but that whole stunt set piece at the end with the chopper was magnificent.
For all of its goofiness,
right? Super magnificent.
So stuff like
all the little
fine.
cuts to the placards of Hobbs, because guess what?
His family makes cars too, makes customs.
Because we gotta put that in
because it's Fast and Furious Presents, not the fucking nation of Samoa presents.
So you've got sort of this change now where the Fast and the Furious movies were starting to become more and more and shoehorning in all of these international plots. Now you've got this movie that starts as an international plot, but hey, we got to make sure you remember why it's Fast and Furious Presents. We got custom cars, we got engines, and we got NOS and all that shit. It's there, baby.
It's there, baby. And some of that stuff was like a warm blanket.
Yeah, and it all came together in that last scene where right there. That was good.
That was good. So this movie is not without some dumb, mindless fun.
Well, one would argue it's all dumb. And it's all mindless, but there is some fun for sure.
Okay, so let's start peeling back the layers to get to our negative things. You brought up a great point. The Rock and Jason Statham don't play well against each other. The problem is that I don't think it's that they're not good actors. It's that they are very charismatic actors, with the asterisks of in certain situations.
I'll take it a step further. I don't think they understand their characters.
Yeah.
I don't think that their characters have established any rules about themselves, about who they are, over the movies that we've seen them in the Fast and Furious movies. So they don't know. They don't know who they're trying to portray. So all they have to go on is a script. They're not getting any fucking character development from a former stuntman director, right?
They're not getting any character development from taking pot shots at each other for 2 hours straight.
But these guys, they have no real idea who their characters are. They're not fully formed.
Yeah, it's like they're part like. We're going like, do I believe that The Rock is a really good dude, and if he had a little girl, he'd be a super awesome dad to said little girl? Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. And I believe that some of the appeal is you're just playing yourself, but all the best parts of yourself, there's nothing like to make a character great, sometimes you got to pull to some dark places. Again, not to constantly compare, but you get the James Bond movies. At the end of the day, those are great because James Bond, regardless if it's a new actor in his first movie playing the character, he should know after 50 years of these movies or whatever that James Bond has some serious issues. He's a killer. He doesn't really care about anybody but himself, but he has to play this person that cares about all the people except for the bad guys, right? Like he's not just doing a job because it's his paycheck. It's like there's a lot to pull from there is my point. This movie, these people are like Jason Statham, and the first time you're in a Fast and Furious movie, just sneer at the camera and say badass things, and then throw a punch and say something clever afterwards.
Well, not only that, but I mean, you're talking about a character who killed arguably the most beloved character of the franchise in the Asian dude.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe not the most
Han.
beloved, but he killed Han.
Yeah.
And then you start with that, and then wait, how? I mean, that's where I kind of talk about his character in the context of the later Fast and Furious movies.
Well, they do that in the series though,
Yeah.
also, right? It's like Vin Diesel's a bad fucking dude in the first movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe he has some morality. Most best bad guys have some sense of morality.
Right. But what you end up with is you get this shell of a character. You get attitudes. That's all you get. And even when you try to interject these familial ties and these family histories that humanize you, it doesn't really work.
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Because it's too late.
Right. Here's the thing. There are some pleasant scenes here with like Helen Mirren, who plays Statham's,
Still a stone cold fox, by the way.
She plays Jason Statham and Vanessa Kirby's mom.
Yeah.
And this pleasant scene where she's, very playful about being in prison and how basically she could leave anytime she wants.
Yeah.
And even like
she's in retirement.
Right.
Yeah.
She appreciates the peace and quiet. These are all fine. But at the end of the day, she's still a killer.
Yeah.
So, okay, yes, all of this stuff humanizes, but what's it really saying?
Right.
It's not a good thing that I'm sure some people left that fucking theater and thought, hey, my mom may be the worst person on the planet, but she's my mom's, and she makes me who I am, and I'm pretty fucking bad too. But you know what? I love my mom, so therefore I'm good guy.
Did The Rock's mom seem like kind of a bad stereotype to you in this?
The whole fucking movie's a bad stereotype. What series do you think we're talking about here? This whole fucking series is a bad stereotype. It's a bad stereotype of just fucking douchebags.
You just called The Rock's mom a douchebag.
Everybody in these movies are a douchebag. But you got to make the best of it, right? Yeah. I mean, it's no. So yeah,
but that's I think all right. We're getting down to the root though of why I don't necessarily think this spinoff has legs, because I don't know how much more of those two characters bickering with each other.
Yeah, at
we
some
can
point
take.
I was like, when are you guys gonna fuck?
Yeah.
Because this is like,
yeah, but
your daughter pegged you, guys. She said sometimes when people annoy each other, that really means that they really like each other. Yeah. You don't throw that line in and not think about The Rock just hammering Jason Statham's butthole.
You think The Rock would be the top?
Fuck yeah, dude. He would. He is. Either he's the top or the power bottom, one or the other. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, you never know. You never know with some people.
No, it's just it's 2 hours of just. It's 2 hours of shtick, and you know what my least favorite thing in public is when you're walking through the store, you're just minding your own fucking business, And these two fuckers, whether they're two dudes, two girls, or a couple, or a guy and a girl, and they pull their shtick, the shtick that makes them so crazy and wild around their friend. And it's like, that isn't fucking funny. You guys fucking suck. Get out of here. I'll run you over my fucking cart. I hate that shit. That is like, I don't care about your shtick. I would care more if you were on the phone loudly right now than I care about your guys' personal fucking shtick. So anyway, come back on Wednesday for our personal fucking shtick when we're talking about another movie. No, it's one of those things, and that's what this movie is.
It's also, it could be entertaining if the shtick were executed well, but that's the problem too. I think that it's not executed well, and it's too obvious
much.
that it's a shtick. It's over the top with the shtick.
It's over the top.
Be over the top with the action.
Oh God, yes.
And give us more of it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much shtick and so much talky in this between action pieces. It's like we're here to see. What is it again?
Hobbs and Shaw.
The Fast and the Furious presents.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Right. We're not here.
We're not here for Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw's couple counseling.
Yeah, we're just not.
So anyway, that said, there are wonderful action scenes in the there are things like there are things where it's like, what's happening? Why is it happening? Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
The final scene with all of the Rock's family, which, man, Rock's mom has just been cranking out kids. And
oh my God, right?
I mean, because he's got like 37 brothers, and they all show up for war against these enhanced human beings. And I'm thinking, these guys should be dead. Every last one of them. And I'm sure somebody died. I mean, I'm sure somebody died.
Somebody should have. But we're only a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, they did skirt the fuck.
And it is a Rock movie.
Right.
You know, he's Mr. he'll never make a John Wick, for instance.
No.
Yeah.
How many times were they punched in the face and they have no scrapes or cuts on them?
Oh my God. Well,
never. They were never.
Well, the
bloody.
Rock gets a bottle crushed on cracked on his face by Vanessa Kirby earlier in the movie, and I'm pretty sure you see a cut when it happens, and then the cut mysteriously heals itself, and it's never seen again.
She mysteriously healed herself too, in 24 hours.
Yeah,
and she fell off a fucking building.
Oh my God, I'm going to harp on this because the final scene before the Samoan battle starts at dawn, and it's dark. It is dark.
It is always darkest before the dawn, Jason.
And they specifically said that the guns will only probably be down for 6 or 7 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
That's all the time they'll need, right?
They needed way more time.
They needed way more time than that. But 3 minutes later, it was fucking noon out.
Because it's always brightest right after dawn. Don't you know how it works?
It was noon. And then after the whole car chase and they end up in the soundstage, it is an instant thunderstorm. It was magical. It is, where did that thing come from? It came from the rain machines.
Right.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Well,
stick with a weather pattern.
Okay. There were points in this movie where I felt like this movie so desperately wants to be a Marvel movie, because nobody really there's okay. So the whole point is that Vanessa Kirby's carrying around a death virus, in her hand.
It's the classic. We can't let the bad guys get the virus.
She is a walking.
So I've got to inject it into myself. It was a Mission Impossible. Plot line, wasn't it?
Well, she's a walking, talking MacGuffin.
Yeah.
So she's got this thing.
And she's Jason Statham's sister. Throw that in there.
Yeah, and she's hot. So The Rock wants to bang her.
He does.
He's gonna split her in two.
Oh man.
Anyway, so she's got this thing in her hand, right? And it's you have 72 hours to get it out before the capsules that are in there releases the super virus, and she will die and it will become airborne. Sure.
Sure.
That stuff, I guess, can happen. and the whole world within a month will basically be dead.
Yes.
Okay, fine. I'd like to see the map
the ones
on
that they don't genetically enhance.
Oh yeah. So then there's this shadow organization that wants this, but
that sort of kind of controls the media.
Man, okay, yeah. And what was the name of the virus?
Snowflake.
Snowflake.
Yeah.
They control the media. They created a virus called Snowflake, which will kill everybody who's not enhanced, who is not enlightened, one might say. It's those fucking liberals. Those fucking liberals are controlling everything and destroying our planet. And it takes real men with real semen in their real balls to fight back.
Yep.
With their custom cars and their machismo and eating coffee in the morning, as The Rock does in this movie. But yeah, so it's like it's this whole thing, but it's like there's several days that pass in this movie, it seems like, and it's like nobody really gives a flying fuck about that until they need to give a flying fuck. My favorite thing in this whole movie, and this is something that this is a kind of a trope, and it kills me. So they say, okay, well, there's only one way that we can extract this stuff from Vanessa Kirby.
Man.
So let's basically offer her up as bait. They will take her to the machine that will extract it so that they can keep the snowflake for themselves and probably just let her go. I think that's what they originally thought. And so it's like, okay, she's going to go and do this. And Shaw and Hobbs will go in and fuck people up and save her. And she'll be free of the virus. And they'll just take off running and try to clear their name, I guess.
And blow the fuck up out of the whole building.
But they didn't plan. Well, yeah, they were going to blow that place up. They had the bomb.
They had the bomb.
But and also it's a bomb that goes off in segments around the building. It's only one bomb. But anyway, so she
It explodes at different times.
I know. So I got a good laugh out of that.
Always when the car chase are just in front of it.
Yeah, of course. So they're about to start the extraction on Vanessa Kirby, and she's like, "Hey, guy, you look new here," and beats him up. And then she beats up the other guy, and so like the scientist's like, "Wait a minute, what's up?" She's like, "Fuck these guys! I just need this thing. I just need this thing to do the extraction thing.
To do the thing."
And he's like, "Oh, okay. I'll go with you." But she has no plans on taking him with. So she gets the device. He gets killed, kind of unceremoniously, just gets his throat
not before
neck
he
broken.
Flamethrowers a bunch of
He
people.
flamethrowers some dudes, and that's appreciated.
Yeah.
Second straight movie with flamethrower.
That's the great Eddie Marsan.
So he take whatever. He takes off and like he gets killed. I guess he was just planning on suicide by bad guy at this point because she had no plan to take him with her. She apparently knows how to work the machine that apparently nobody knew the machine existed until now. They leave. They get out away from Idris Elba, and she looks at the machine, and it's like, well, the machine's broken.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, so they just wasted 30 minutes of movie to go to this place, to have an action scene, to break the thing that they needed. But don't worry about it. Luke Hobbs has a guy that he knows on the fucking island of Samoa in a fucking like a hot tin roof building that will fix it because he works on cars.
Because he makes custom cars. Yeah.
And not just custom cars. They're like custom trucks from like the 50s.
Yeah.
So, same thing. Same thing. This thing will extract your virus.
Same. Oh,
Same
but he
thing.
has a whiteboard, Jeff. He whiteboards. He whiteboards the whole thing out.
He had like a little. He had wireless earplugs from Apple.
He totally knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
And that ignores the fact that this whole time, yes, supposedly they're exposed as enemies of the state, if you will, or terrorists, right?
Yeah.
Yet they're still in touch with Ryan Reynolds, who's their CIA handler, who just happens to be in this movie for some fucking stupid reason.
Yeah. By the way, he's in this movie.
And you get the sense that the Department of Defense and the CIA, who I think are kind of like teamed up on this, understand that these guys are on the up and up.
Right.
So you would think that they would either give them a little bit of help here and there, some resources. Maybe they can fix the fucking machine, right? Call Ryan Reynolds, say, bring us in. We got this machine, needs to be fixed, got to save the world. No, we're going to take it to my fucking mechanic brother, who I've been...
all the way on the other side of the world.
Who I've been estranged from for 25 years.
Yeah.
This'll work. We only have 24 hours. It better fucking work. So the one...
Oh, Kevin Hart's in this movie.
Yeah,
too.
the one person that they call in to help them is Kevin Hart, who they just met on a plane because he's an air marshal.
Which you would think the air marshal would see. He's got no computer to see that they're not who they say they are.
You're fucking terrorists.
Yeah.
And that's why this is a dumb fuck movie.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a lot of fun though. It's got some fun bits in it. But yes, this is a problematic movie.
It's one of those movies where it's too dumb fuck. They try and make it clever, but it's not. So just give us more of the fun stuff.
Well, it's clever to a certain clientele.
Yeah, I guess.
We were in a theater with that certain
They're
clientele.
They're I don't know. They're just trying to write shit to make other shit happen, and that who cares if it makes sense?
Well, yeah, because it doesn't matter. Most of the people shoving popcorn into their faces at the auditorium that we were in,
Which is why I was surprised it was so talky, to be honest.
Well, but at the same time,
you would want to write a script that you can hide behind, not write
but
so
that's
much
the thing.
fucking shit.
No, but the thing is, though, it's like that's what gives people, that gives what their clientele what they think is smart and meaningful when it really doesn't mean anything. That is something that happens a lot in these types of movies, where it's like if we hook them with this family shit, then we can say whatever and we can do whatever because they're going to think that it's deeper because, well, there's this whole family thing underneath all the crazy action stuff. So, you know.
And we like
it's smart.
People more than machines.
But we need that fucking machine to save the planet.
What are you going to do with the paradox?
But no, it's smart because, well, paradox, that sure sounds like you're complimenting the movie.
Oh, I'm saying big words about it.
Yep. You're one of them liberals that are trying to
I'm
ruin the world.
one of them snowflakes. I'm a virus.
Yep. Anyway.
Yeah,
that's what they basically are saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's unpack that.
No, let's not.
Let's not.
Fuck.
No,
I mean, it's here's the thing. These movies are going to always have dumb fuck shit in it.
Yes.
It's not as nearly as bad as Triple X was.
Oh, man.
The Return of Xander.
You were getting Triple X vibes from this movie early on, though.
Yeah,
like that it was veering dangerously into Triple X territory.
Right. And but the problem with Triple X is it has all those action scenes. It's got dumb fuck material in it. But at the end of the day, it's just Vin Diesel just jerking it right in your face. And that's what made that movie truly terrible.
Who is the villain in that one? In the last
Vin Diesel?
No. Who was it? It was a woman. It was, and we were joking that the villain of the last Charlize Theron in the last Fast and Furious movie was very similar to the villain in the last
Toni
Triple
Collette.
X. It was Toni Collette.
Yeah.
It was very similar to the villain in the last Triple X movie.
Toni Collette is slumming it.
Oh man, yeah, I totally forgot it was her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, but
Oof,
it's
magoof.
Oof magoof. But no, this movie is. I mean, I guess it's a thing.
Let's talk about Idris Elba.
Okay.
What did we think of Idris Elba in this?
Anybody could have been that part.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, they had a really good actor who's really striking, who can act, and yet he seems to do none of that.
Yeah.
In this, like, I don't even think he's acting in this.
He
movie.
got fucking paid, man.
Yeah, he did.
And he's like, sure, I'll play the heavy and get paid.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's having fun.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't look like he's even trying.
There's no like.
I mean, and it's a cool idea if that's where you're going to go, where you're going to have not just one, but multiple people who are enhanced by technologically I mean, okay,
It might as well be technology
right?
in this, because I don't know. It doesn't
don't think it
exist
was
in
real.
reality. Yeah.
So you got the fucking Terminator, and you have multiple Terminators.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just the most advanced.
Sure.
So, okay, that seems like a cool idea. Maybe you could do a little bit more with that. Tell us, here's an idea. Cut out one of those bickering scenes and tell us why and how these people get. There's a little thing in writing called show, don't tell. And what that usually means is don't just say something happened, explain what happened. By way of explaining, you are showing somebody what you're doing. In fact, what I just said there is show, don't tell.
Yeah.
If I would have just said there's a thing called show, don't tell, this movie does it, bleh, that's not telling anybody anything. And that's what this movie kind of does also. It's like, okay, well, there's an organization that controls things and they want what's best for people.
Right.
Fucking eat that shit up with your popcorn, you dummies.
And the other problem is that the technology is interesting, but none of it connects to this need to wipe out, 3/4 of the planet.
Everybody makes fun of Moonraker. This movie is Moonraker, where they want to wipe out life so that the people who are chosen inherit the planet, right? Basically. Except for they don't have a satellite with shuttles called Moonrakers. That's the only thing missing from this movie, but it's Moonraker. Moonraker at least explains the credo of Hugo Drax, a.k.a. Elon Musk, a.k.a. the guy that needs to be in this fucking movie explaining to us why you want this. I don't want your follower, I don't want your follower telling us why, because he doesn't have the full story as to why you're doing a thing.
No, he's seeing the benefits of his power, and he's energized by that, and he knows that is dependent on this other person. We don't understand the overall motivations or the reasons behind it of the real villain, and you don't even fucking find out who they are.
Right. But okay, so then somebody could say, well, the Avengers did that with Thanos. No. Here's the thing. There is a scene right in the fucking middle of the Avengers where Thanos is like pissed at Loki for failing, right? Okay, you're giving us why. You're giving us the why that this work that you feel this way. Same thing in Guardians of the Galaxy. There is Thanos with pissed at Drax for, like, you got to go get this fucking thing, go do this thing or whatever. And so, yeah, okay, you're at least given some frame of fucking reference what the bad guy wants and why it's important to clear the table of these people so that you can do the thing that you need to do. That doesn't exist in this movie.
Right. And it jumps right to it. You don't even understand really what Thanos wants to do ultimately for several movies.
Right.
They're all dealing with their own shit that just happens to intersect with Thanos.
It's getting in the way.
Meddling.
Right. They're both getting in the way of each other.
Right.
It's called arriving at a perpendicular stage in each other's plan. You're no longer running parallel. You're now running into each other. And that's a story that's told over time, but you understand what the end goal is. Well, maybe you don't understand that his end goal is to wipe out half of everything until it's too fucking late. But the point is that this movie, it's like, all right, so you want to wipe out Earth? Why? Maybe by 2096 we're all fucked or something. Whatever.
I really do think the person who wrote this movie studied all of everything they could poorly of the Marvel movies and the Mission Impossible movies, and it's like, we got to make sure we have some spiritual ties to the Fast and Furious movies because it's the Fast and the Furious presents, and just mixed it all up and threw it at the wall and said that'll work. It is a lot of Mission Impossible plot lines.
Well, yeah, because it's the betrayal of the government.
Yeah, it's the Shadow Organization. It's the killer virus. It's like so fucking many.
Right. You've got the string puller, which is very and even with Bond, like a James Bond movie, a lot of movies in the early days dealt with Spectre.
Yeah.
But you pretty much understand that Spectre is just a criminal organization that's out to extort people. Extortion is part of their name. Look up what extortion means. You get what their plan is.
And it's the oldest buddy trope in the book too, of the two guys that just can't work together.
They don't want to be together. Yeah,
I always work alone. Bullshit. Or I don't like his methods. It's so tired. And yet it can actually still work if the characters understand who they are good with each other, and the script is strong enough.
If you trim 15 minutes from this movie, it's way better. It's way better. Trim it down 15 minutes.
Yep.
It's way better. Somebody go in and make that director's cut.
You think about let's go back to Marvel. Let's think about like the Captain America Iron Man dynamic.
Yeah.
Or I think even better, because of the comedy that comes out of it, the Gamora and Star-Lord dynamic, right? It's the same trope.
Yeah.
Right? But it's fresh. It feels new. It's given new context in life, and it doesn't feel forced. If they're fully realized of who they are. Hell, you know more about Star-Lord and Gamora in the first 10, 15 minutes that you meet those characters than I still understand about Hobbs and Shaw. Right?
Luke Hobbs and Deckard
Yeah.
Shaw, whatever. Deck is what Dex.
And so when you don't understand the characters and they don't understand the character, you're going to get a mess.
Yeah.
You're going to get someone who's trying to make a fucking $50 million in opening weekend, which is going to make.
Right. So, I mean, okay, to conclude, because you got an exercise Film Seizure at the movies, just like we got an exercise movie that needed 15 minutes cut out.
Yeah.
Hey, you're in for one overlong thing. Might as well go for two.
I think cut 15 minutes of shtick and add another action set piece in there.
Here's another thing.
Bonkers.
Here's another thing. Why not?
I don't care what.
Why not just have Idris Elba say, you know what? You're asking me to do things that I'm not so sure I want to do. I'm going to now rebel. And now there's shadowy organization over here. You get some understanding that maybe what they have to do is lying to other people. So Idris Elba now goes rogue, but he's not joining up with the other. He wants the thing for himself now. Like in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Yeah.
And it would make sense because he doesn't want his strings pulled, right? He realizes he's beholden to this organization. They've given him these powers. They can take him away. Well, fuck that. Yeah, I'm gonna take them and keep them.
Right.
Yeah, it would have been a better movie.
Anyway. And then you could still have that shadowy organization thing, but we might learn more about that shadowy organization. Otherwise, it's this weird oval-shaped room of these guys dressed in white just tapping away at computers, manipulating media. Mm-hmm. And he's like, there's that one scene where he's holding court where it's like, okay, what do we got here? All right, so we got control of everything. Awesome. So we got Luke Hobbs, Deckard Shaw. They're bad guys now, right? We got that? Good? We good there? All right, good. Go. And it's like news everywhere. News.
We don't have time. We don't have time to go with here, but in some ways, this is a much better movie. But in some ways, I was also similarly let down by Alita: Battle Angel for the same reasons, where it was the puppet string puppeteer who you don't really understand much about, or their motivations. It was their surrogate on the planet who was the villain that was vanquished. And then I'm like, wait, we don't have a whole nother thing now where we got to take down the real bad guy or learn about why they're bad? Really? I have to wait for another movie to get more of that? It's a little not fully formed for me as a story.
Fair enough.
Give me a little bit more.
Yeah,
but at least they showed me Edward Norton's face.
Yeah.
That was at least nice.
Yeah. At least we know who the guy is.
Right. And what it at least gives you something tangible to grab other than a weird manipulated voice who maybe they don't even fucking know who it is.
They probably don't.
Which is amazing, right?
Right. They're making this. We'll figure it out later.
Oh my god, I hate it. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't hate this movie. We've prattled on for 45 minutes now.
Hey,
wow.
all right.
I don't hate this movie. I don't think you hate this movie either. I think it's got problems.
I disliked it.
I think it feels like a first draft movie.
It wasn't as fun as I wanted it to be. And I did want it to be fun. I did not go into this movie like looking to trash it.
No, we were talking this morning about how this movie may be untrashable.
Right. And I ended up trashing it for 40 of 45 minutes.
But what's funny is we're trashing it like we would be poking fun at a family member. It's not we don't hate it. It's just that cousin is weird,
it
man.
It just didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Didn't work out. Did not work out.
I wanted it to.
I wanted it to. You know what? This is more like a relationship you had for, a few months. It just didn't quite work out. You wanted it to.
You gave it a try.
You gave it a try.
Gave it your all.
Quite work
you gave
out.
it your best, but it just
there were
wasn't
some
going to
good
work.
things. There were a lot of bad things, and that's why it didn't work out.
Yep.
It's not the worst movie I've seen this year. It won't be the worst movie I'll see this year, I'm sure.
I don't know yet. I think probably it is, but I haven't seen your worst movie yet.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I probably got, I mean, you know what this reminds me of, actually? And this is what I'll finish on. It reminds me of Men in Black International. A movie that it was a movie that when I did my review, I was not overly negative. Like, there were certain things I appreciated in the movie. Like, Chris Hemsworth is always funny. Tessa Thompson and him, they work together very well.
That's good to hear. That's what I was worried about.
However, there's a whole lot of stuff around it that just feels like Sony was like, man, we just got to hold on to these rights,
Yeah.
And so none of the other stuff felt fully formed. Like it didn't feel right. Like there were plenty of scenes I laughed at. There were plenty of things I did enjoy, but then there were other things that I had almost zero feeling on, and it was just so bland in that way that it felt like, well, I saw it, whatever, and it's like I'd rather watch the first one again. I'd rather see that, because at least that had what felt like real emotion, not just, well, we need to make another movie or we're going to lose the rights to it. So, okay, these two people seem to work well together, so let's go and get them. Whereas you actually feel like Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith had to work at their chemistry, and it works,
Yeah.
And then you've got like, is it Vincent D'Onofrio who's the bug guy?
Yep.
He's fucking great. I don't remember the bad guys in the last.
Yeah.
So, so there you go. And it's like, is it bad? No. Did I hate it? No. Do I remember hardly anything of it? No, I don't. And this is kind of how this movie's going to feel. Yeah.
But honestly, I'm kind of that way with all the Fast and the Furious movies. I sort of forget about them. I forget.
Yeah,
I forget from movie to movie. Like, wait, who's doing what now?
But at least they bring you back up to speed real quick.
Yeah, they do. They do. They do a good job of that for sure.
But no, I get what you're saying, because there could be some things I'm thinking, it's like, wait, was that 6 or 7 or was that 5? Was
like,
it
who was
4?
doing fucking what when?
Yeah.
What are they referencing now? Like from the other movies?
But it really doesn't matter, because the action scenes are so much fun that it's like, whatever, it's like, it's cool.
And I think that's part of it too. I'll end on this point. I expected this movie, seeing that it was sort of maybe had a chip on its shoulder a little bit because of the feud between The Rock and Vin Diesel, that maybe this movie was really going to up the ante on the action, right? That it was going to, and especially everything you see from the trailer, you think, holy shit, that's in the trailer, man! This movie's gonna blow my mind, my fucking skull explode, right? From the action they're gonna throw in my face, right? And it didn't. It just didn't. It fell well short of that expectation, which I think is reasonable given how each other Fast and Furious movie has really upped the adrenaline.
There's a fucking nuclear sub in Fast and Furious 8.
Yeah, and so that's you expect it to move to another dimension in action, and it just doesn't.
No, it doesn't, and it takes too long to get to the other scenes, and the scenes that are in between, if they were just flat out funny or charming.
Yeah.
Like these two actors can be charming. Like the scene in the last Fast and Furious with Shaw like protecting the little baby, that was charming as fuck.
Yeah.
And it was still an over the top action scene.
Right. Yep.
It's like, where was that here? It's like just have them bicker at each other and just say really mean shit to each other. It's not. It's not funny. It's not funny.
No. And if it's not funny enough right now, let's get Kevin Hart to be Kevin Hart or Ryan Reynolds to be Ryan Reynolds. You know those guys. They're funny. You'll laugh, right?
And and it's like, yeah, I did, but at the end of the day, this is not I didn't come to see Fast and Furious presents Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those kind of felt like the laugh tracks for me. It was kind of
it felt like a studio note. It's like, ooh, we're lagging here. We gotta put something in here.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, go see the movie. It's fine. No, whatever.
Do what you're gonna do.
Do what you're gonna do. If you like it, fine.
Cool.
Yeah, whatever. So anyway, let's wrap this up. This is practically turning into a regular length episode.
Hey, who cares?
Who cares? It's Fast and Furious. We're gonna get our.
These are kind of the cornerstone of Film Seizure. I mean, the first two big movie franchises we marathon together.
Yeah.
Were these and Trancers,
which we didn't even get through. Trancers.
We couldn't finish.
We watched Cobra.
Yeah, we had to have a Cobra palate cleanser.
Yeah, no, I mean this movie. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I mean, this movie's gonna make whatever money it was capable of making. It's not gonna go over. Much like I think the number of people who listen to this podcast is going to hit that number that I can expect, and it's not going to do any better,
right? Yeah.
And that's fine. And if you really like this movie, that's cool too. It's just that I don't know, man. I don't know.
I want more. That's it.
I want more. I want a little bit more.
What I saw didn't work for me.
My palate is still dry.
What I saw didn't work for me, and I wanted more of the things that I liked.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we return on Monday with Monster Mondays coming up here. I don't remember which one it is. Oh, it's an animated. Yeah, I'm doing animated movies. It's Monster Inc. That's what it is.
Oh, cool.
And then Wednesday we begin our sojourn to the beautiful land of Italy,
yes.
where we've got some Italian ripoffs all month of August, April Fools.
Our trip to the boot.
Our trip to the boot. Yeah, that should be fun. I'm having a hard time shutting my luggage. Like, it feels like there's more in there than it should be. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure we'll find out on Wednesday. But anyway, always catch our episodes on filmseizure.com. Facebook, Twitter, Film Seizure. We've got stuff on the iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, TuneIn, and we put stuff onto our YouTube page if that's how you want to listen. So until next week when the normal stuff comes back, I'm Geoff Arbuckle.
I'm Jason Oliver, and what's just your thing you said?
Yeah, this is not a real episode.
I forgot.
No, don't forget to save me the aisle seat.
Jeff wants the aisle seat.
Fucker. Now we're going to have our own Hobbs and Shaw bicker session.
Yeah, we are.
I'm dealing with the future of the planet. I'm the necessary shock to the system. I am human evolutionary change.